What's up, guys? Episode 43 today of Road to a 200-pound overhead press. This video is going to be a little bit different. I'm just going to be doing a lot of talking. I'm going to show a bunch of different footage of a bunch of different working sets over the past few months. Most of these sets are with either 135, 140, or 145. And then some of them I use a belt, some of them I don't. And then you're going to see some max attempts later. I'm going to just spoil it and cut right to the chase. I have not hit 160 pounds yet. I failed it a bunch of times. You'll see it in this video. Pretty disappointing. But basically, the thing I want to talk about today is that I'm kind of going to be backing off this series and goal a little bit. I'm still going to post episodes, but just not as frequently. And I'm still going to keep training the overhead press hard. But I'm going to drop the volume to only doing 2 sets per lift, so 2 sets twice per week. And I'm going to focus in on improving my weighted dips. The reason I want to do this is because right now it's August, so about a year from now I want to, maybe next August and next September, I want to compete in a street lifting meet. The street lifting meet would have to be in the format where it's just pull-ups, chin-ups, and then weighted dips, because I haven't been training the muscle up. I haven't really tried to do one or wanted to try to work on it. And then I've been training squats, but those aren't that good either. So it would be that format first, and then I could try to do the other format once I start training the muscle up and get my squat up. I'm still going to keep trying to progress overhead press, and I'm just not going to post as often, but I want to post when I'm actually improving, because obviously, you don't improve every single lift. At the level I'm at in the overhead press, it's pretty hard to improve, so I'm not going to see progress every single lift. And another thing that I've done some research on and thought about is a lot of the training I've just pushed to failure way too much on overhead press, which is just too fatiguing on my CNS, and the next lift I can't necessarily hit more reps. So I got to find that balance. I mean, this is just for other lifts and exercises too, is pushing the intensity high and progressing, but don't just not go to failure and then the next lift you go to failure and you did more reps, because that's not really progressing. It's got to be real progression. So here are some fails with 160. I'm just going to do 2 working sets from now on of 140, 135. Sometimes I'll throw in some 145 work, and then I'll throw in some just holding a heavier weight, like 155, 160 pounds at the bottom position. As far as weighted dips go, I'm going to be doing just 3 working sets twice a week after I do weighted chin-ups, and then I'll do 1 pause dip set. That's basically all my pressing, is just these 2 barbell overhead press sets, and then 3 weighted dip sets and 1 pause dip set twice a week. I'm doing overhead press squats, and then I'm doing chin-ups and dips on the other day, so lifting 4 times a week. And then I'm doing kickboxing on 2 of those other days, and maybe karate on 1 of those other days. I just threw this clip in. This will probably be on the Road to 100-pound chin-up series. I want to also post more on that series and be more consistent with that. Weighted dips I'm not that good at, but I've only been doing those for less than a year, and I've always done those after overhead press, besides for these past couple weeks. And then I basically have a 90-pound weighted dip PR, but I've done 70 pounds for a few reps, so it's that indicates maybe 5 pounds more, but Like, the most I've ever done is 90 pounds, but I've been training on pretty bad dip bars for most of the summer, and now I'm gonna be back on the stable ones. I'm also started using a longer weighted dip chain. So that previous clip, I was traveling, so that was just in this hotel gym where I was just using a light bar because I didn't have a barbell, obviously. Here's another failed attempt of 160. I know I failed 160 so many times, but you can really only hit a PR once you attempt it, so that's why I kept trying to do it. I'm sure I'll try it again at some point, but I would need to hit my current weights for a lot more reps. Also, weighted dips will help my overhead press. Like, I think if I prioritize weighted dips and I'm still doing a heavy barbell overhead press, I don't think I may not gain strength as fast. Maybe I'll gain it faster, but I don't think I'm gonna lose strength because all I have to do is just keep hitting the same reps and weights and try to increase it a little bit in barbell overhead press, and I won't get weaker. So a 90-pound weighted dip PR, and then my overhead press PR is 155. Some calculators say I could probably do like I obviously can't do 160, as you can clearly see here, but I could probably do like 156 pounds or something. But anyways, yeah, so 90 pounds I would get like killed at all the street lifting meets, but I want to bring that up, and I basically got to a 90-pound PR by like mainly just doing overhead press and like some weighted dips. I did incline dumbbell bench for a period of time, but I've never done barbell flat bench press or cable flies, pec deck flies. I've never done those traditional chest exercises, so I have a lot of strength to gain. I'm still gonna hit this goal at the end of the day. It's just gonna take a while. I appreciate all you guys watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.